Man United boss Erik has two players who need selling this summer after Brighton loss. Before beginning, it must be stressed there's no need to overreact after Manchester United's 1-0 defeat to Brighton on Thursday night. After nearly 56 matches so far this season, not including those which players featured in during the Qatar World Cup, they remain on course for a successful campaign. However, their loss at the Amex Stadium does show that Fred and Anthony Martial simply aren't good enough to be regulars at the club. Manchester United weren't either abysmal or impressive as they lost to Brighton, with Alexis Mac Allister scoring the only goal of the game from the penalty spot right at the very end. But it was still a frustrating night for the Red Devils, who have now suffered a minor blow in their pursuit to qualify for the Champions League next season. And two players who toiled during the showdown were Fred and Martial, both of which are long-standing servants for the club. Fred was given a start ahead of Christian Eriksen, who, after 7 games over the past 23 matches, was placed on the bench. It was a big opportunity for the Brazil international, who hadn't started in the top flight since the 7-0 drubbing at the hands of Liverpool back in March. And Fred, it's safe to say, failed to take it. Yes, the United star has his uses. He can, on his day, be capable of living up to the £52 million price the Red Devils paid for him all the way back in 2018. But Fred struggled against Brighton, with rivals Mac Allister and Moises Caicedo far superior during the showdown at the Amex Stadium. Brazilian players are usually excellent with the ball at their feet. Certainly, midfield greats such as Gilberto Silva, Didi and Zico are all proof of that. However, Fred doesn't fall into that category. He made far too many mistakes against Brighton and typically lacked composure over the course of the contest. Earlier in the season, United triggered a clause in his contract that will see him remain at the club until next summer. But United now have a window to sell Fred, and a parting of ways would be best amid interest in the likes of Frankie de Jong and Ryan Gravenberch. Then, up top, there's Martial. Like Fred, he can be useful. Erik has regularly praised the France international for his contribution this season, when the 27-year-old has been fully fit. But if United are to challenge for the Premier League title next season, something wants to happen, then the club need more. Martial was abject against Brighton, arguably the worst player in a red shirt as they squandered the chance to leapfrog Newcastle in the table. Yet he incurred the wrath of for his lack of pressing in the first half, and it's no wonder the Dutchman is eyeing an upgrade. Harry Kane, Victor Osimhen and Lautaro Martinez have all been linked with moves to Old Trafford as the summer transfer window creeps closer, and United are crying out for an upgrade in the number 9 role as they look to challenge for the biggest and best trophies going forward. As for the United boss rued his side's failure to be more clinical as they fell to an 8th Premier League defeat of the season. "I think in the first minute that we created a great chance, but we didn't score," said the 53-year-old. "So we have to be more clinical on our chances we produce in the first half, and then in the attack, we concede then and we give away a big chance. I think in the first minute that we created a great chance, but we didn't score," said the 53-year-old. "So we have to be more clinical on our chances we produce in the first half, and then in the attack, we concede then and we give away a big chance." In other news, Man United's shocking away record against Premier League teams and top 9 laid bare after last gasp heartbreak at Brighton. Manchester United's last gasp loss at Brighton rounded off a shocking away record in the Premier League against top 9 sides this season. Alexis Mac Allister's 99th minute penalty left the Red Devils with just 1 point from those 8 games, and the goal difference on elite trips makes even more dire reading. United have conceded 28 goals, while scoring just 8 times. Worst of the lot are amazing thumpings at their 2 biggest rivals. Manchester City destroyed them 6-3 back in October, with hat-tricks from Erling Haaland and Phil Foden, when only Anthony Martial's late double reply made the scoreline even half respectable. And most incredible of all, Liverpool turned an even, goalless first 43 minutes on March 5th into a record-breaking 7-0 Anfield annihilation. It's not as if Erik hadn't been warned in his very first away match in charge. Brentford netted all their goals in a 4-0 win at the Community Stadium on August 13th in the opening 35 minutes. Admittedly, in January, Arsenal only beat Hag's men 3-2, courtesy of Eddie Nketiah's 90th minute strike confirmed on VAR. But Aston Villa, by 3-1, and Newcastle 2-0 recorded more comfortable victories. That leaves the only trip against a top 9 team that didn't end in defeat. That was last week's 2-2 draw at Tottenham, where United blew a deserved 2-0 in the face of a storming comeback. And Thursday's agony at Brighton means the Red Devils remain 2 points behind third-placed Newcastle. But if they had averaged just a point a game away to the best teams, they would virtually have sealed a Champions League spot by now. And even their 2-1 triumph at 10th-placed Fulham last November was only secured by sub Alejandro Garnacho in the 93rd minute. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash the like button and make sure to subscribe to Man United Hub to get all the latest updates.